Welcome. I'm Whitney Moonshine. This is my tarot channel. I just lost all my words. If you want a personal reading, WhitneyMoonshine@gmail.com. This is going to be a little reading because the extended will be put on Patreon. And if you are interested in the extended, it'll be in the description box below. Please use your discretion. Okay. Always remember for general purposes only. Okay. It is for entertainment. So always remember if she fits wear. If it doesn't, do not worry. Okay. So this is for Aquarius. Let's see what is going down for the Aquas today. Whoa. So High Priestess of Fire, invisible. High Priestess of Air, in reverse. Complicated. Choices. Okay, here we go. Okay, High Priestess of Fire. Could be dealing with a fire sign, but I mean, not necessarily. Okay. Invisible. I almost feel like somebody's supposed to be popping, on fire, living their life, being amazing, and they're invisible. Okay. And that's the high spirit, the priestess in reverse here with air kind of is telling me that that's a lie. Okay. That somebody has definitely complicated your life or complicated your business or complicated you in some way. Okay. It's like they're making your life difficult. Okay. And then we've got choices. It's like they've made a choice. You choose to be light or dark. You choose to either do the right thing or the wrong thing. Okay. And when you understand your life and you understand who you are, then you make good decisions. When you don't, okay, when you live in denial, you reach for things that aren't yours, or you go for stuff that isn't yours, and you end up hurting everybody around you because you're not understanding yourself. You made a personal choice to do something, and it's now affected your life indefinitely. Okay, so I feel like this is somebody around you. They've made you invisible. Okay, they've made you invisible, and that was the lie, right? That just because you were complicated, just because you weren't born perfect, it didn't mean that you should have been disposed of or thrown away, right? And now I'm getting the penguin from Batman Forever. Like maybe you looked different, or maybe you acted different, or maybe you had OCD, or maybe you had something wrong with you, right? And they just went, that's too complicated. We don't want it. It's too complicated, right? When really they're just, they think that by addressing who you are, it's gonna deny them something, right? When if they were supposed to understand. They were supposed to make the decision to understand what was going on, not just look the other way and pretend you weren't there. Okay, so Spirit is quite pissed off. Okay, they're quite fired up. Okay, there's the turtle. I'm almost seeing like this has taken a really long time for Spirit to figure out. Okay, it's taken a really long time to understand that you were just thrown away like the trash. Right? You're just thrown away. Just thrown away. But they're getting dreams about it. Okay, you might be in somebody's dreams and they're realizing all of these answers. They're realizing that, the answers to you weren't that complicated, that they didn't have to just throw you away. Literally somebody just threw you away and they just acted like, you're invisible. And that's really irritating to some people. It really makes them fired up about things, right? When it's like this huge elephant in the room and no one's looking at it and you're going like, are you serious? So you're just going to make me invisible? Like I am right here trying to talk to everybody and you're just going to try to say that I'm not here, that I don't exist anymore. Because you don't want to understand that you have to make a choice. You have to choose to love somebody, right? You have to choose to want to do the right thing. And if you want to hurt people, if you want to deny them stuff, then that's your prerogative. But just know that if it was somebody you're supposed to take care of, or somebody you're supposed to have the back of, somebody you're supposed to protect, right? And you just said, well, it's too complicated for me. I don't want to deal with it. Well, you should have maybe, when they say you maybe should have thought of that, before you got pregnant, or maybe you should have thought of that before you married the guy with the kids, that you didn't like kids, or that you were going to treat them like garbage, right? You were just going to throw them away because you didn't want to understand them. It's like, I do feel like somebody did something for love. They did something, and that's not even love. That's just like sitting there having a drink with somebody, right? Mother Nature's wrath. Yeah, like they had kids and then they just threw them away. You know, they just acted like they weren't there anymore because they were too hard to deal with. Like, what you like? Kids aren't supposed to be easy. Who told you kids were supposed to be easy and take care of themselves? Like, no, kids are supposed to have adults. Okay, there, just like, no, like, kids are supposed to have adults and kids are supposed to be taken care of. You're not supposed to deny them. Okay, just because it's complicated and they're more complicated than the other kids. No one's the same. Okay, there it is. Yes. Yes, cemetery gates with synchronicities. So honestly, I feel like somebody around you has been seeing that maybe they really put you in harm's way. Okay, they put you at the cemetery gates. They locked you up. They acted like you were dead. And that's what it is. Like, they acted like you were dead. Okay, and then they really tried to make this life around that, right? Like, you weren't there anymore. And you're very much alive. You know, you're very much alive, and you're fired up now more than ever about the way that this person has made things out to be, the things that they've said, right? It's like, don't you fucking air your dirty laundry everywhere and say that it was me. Don't you be doing that. Like, you know, Mother Nature's wrath. Like, if people have kids for the wrong reasons and then they start using those kids, or whatever it is, like, mother always, you know, I believe that there's a mother of like all children, you know, just like there's a mother of all snakes. There's an original creator of all of us. Okay. I think anyways. So if that original creator knows that their offspring, okay, from offspring to offspring to offspring, are being used for just that, their life, the fact that they're alive, right? You might get a little backlash from that. Like, you know, when a parent says, oh, I let my kids scream it out, and they say it right next to a person whose child like freaks out every time they cry, that they go blue and stop breathing, and this mother literally can't take her eyes off the kid when he cries, and the obnoxiousness of the woman going, I let them cry it out, when you know that if you let them cry it out, they could die. Right? It's because sometimes it's so easy for one parent to say how, you know, how they do it versus another. And when people just don't know how awful life can be, and the hand you can really get dealt, right? Versus somebody else. And then they start talking and they start squawking about shit, and you go, what? Like, you know, that's why I really don't hang out with people, because they're like views and shit that they do every day, I don't agree with. I would just do it a different way, and they hurt people. I can't hurt people. I would never hurt somebody. I would never hurt my animals. I'm not somebody who hurts. Trust me, I have a lot of power, and people have done a lot of things to me. If I wanted to hurt people, I could, and I choose not to. And then there's the people who bring you here that do the most damage than anybody, because as soon as you turn out a little bit different, they yank the chains away and go, nope, I don't want nothing to do with this. You're not being exactly what I want you to be. Therefore, I don't want anything to do with it. It's like they want that control. They want to control you, the situation, and how you deal with everything. So we're going to leave it at that. If you want to join me over on Patreon for $1 a month. Actually, I don't know if I'm allowed to do that. I don't know if that's like soliciting or something like that. I don't know. But anyways, the description box will have the link to this. And yeah. Thank you for watching, and thank you for liking and subscribing. And if you want to do the extended, it's on Patreon, and it's like super, you know, awesome. So we just started that today. This is how it's going. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for liking. Thank you, YouTube, for everything. And peace out. Be good to one another. Everything in the description box and in the about. Peace out, y'all.